welcome to my channel. My name is Anya and this is the intro for my 2020 Project Pan. I did a Project 50 pan last year and I really enjoyed it, and this year I wanted to continue the sort of momentum of using up stuff, but I wanted to focus pretty much entirely on makeup. I am using the template and essentially doing the Beauty News Team Project Pan. I have added a bit more items in certain categories and made more categories for myself because it's just what fits me and my collection, and I'm going to be doing monthly check-ins. But I have a box of makeup here, so let me just chat about the stuff that I want to use up this year. And for the items that I do want to use up, I have different goals for different products. Some items I do want to completely finish, but then I have some items that I don't love enough to finish, where the goal might be to use up half the product, to use it until I hit pan, or to use it until a set date or a certain amount of time, and that's going to vary for each item. I'm just going to tell you which items are which when I talk about them. But I have a large collection and it's too big for me to be able to fully finish everything before anything goes bad. So I'm going to focus mainly on the items that I know I can finish without them taking up a space from a different product that I like more. And for the items that I said I don't love 100%, I'm not going to fully finish them unless I have nothing else in that category to finish. And if there comes a point at any time this year where I fall out of love with a product, or I use essentially everything except that product, I never touch it and I have to constantly remind myself to use it, I'm gonna let go of it. I don't want to hate pan anything because I said my collection is too big for that. So I know there's going to be some items in here that are going to be decluttered with products still in them, but if I can hit my goal, I am very, very happy. If there is something that just does not work for me, I'm going to let it go, and I feel okay doing that this year. I had a long think about it after my last declutter and spurred on by a comment in one of them, and I just come to the realisation that my makeup collection is too big for me to use everything. I'm also doing a no-buy this year. I will leave info for that in one of the corners as well as down below. Essentially, I'm only allowed to repurchase and purchase makeup items once I have either used up everything in that category or have gotten every category down to their goal number, or more specifically the category into the goal number for the item that I want to purchase. I have a few exceptions that I will talk about in that video, but let's get into the Project Pan stuff. For primers, I have 4 categories of primer. I have mattifying, smoothing, illuminating, and then I have a category for moisturising primers. I have 3 primers that I'm starting the year with here. My mattifying primer that I'm starting with is the Wet n Wild Coverall. There is barely anything left in here. This is a rollover from last year. This is one I know I will finish reasonably quickly. This is weighing in at 15 grams and my goal for this is to finish it completely because there is barely anything left. For my illuminating primer, I am using the Becca First Light priming filter. I have come to the realisation that I don't love illuminating primers. They just illuminate and accentuate all of my texture, and I don't like that. So this is probably a primer that I'm going to be using on my no foundation makeup days, because I've found both this one and the backlight one, which I panned last year, don't work under foundation for me because they emphasise the texture too much. But I am fine with using them when I'm not wearing foundation. So this is 18 grams, so this is only a mini, and I do think I will be able to finish this hopefully before the summer. For my moisturising primer, I have picked the Maybelline Master Prime Anti-Redness one. This is supposedly a colour correcting primer. This has a slight green tint to it. This does not colour correct my redness at all, it doesn't touch it. But it is very nice and moisturising, so I am going to use it. As just a moisturising primer, I might layer some of these primers if I find that that works. This is the heaviest of the primers at 35 grams. So there's a lot of product in here, but I know I will be able to finish this reasonably quickly, considering it's not a favourite of mine just because of how it feels on the skin. I'll be able to use this when I'm not wearing makeup underneath the Becca primer or underneath other primers, or just as a primer on its own. Even though it's not my favourite, it does work decently well for that. But Maybelline isn't cruelty free, so it was an easy pick for a primer that I wanted to go. For colour correctors, I have 4. I am rolling over my Maybelline Master Concealer in pink. I was considering calling this done last year. It still has a tiny bit of product left, but I just decided there is barely anything left in here. This is going to be sort of like a gimme product, which is a product that you can finish very, very quickly. I'm going to give that to myself to start the year off reasonably easy, and I think I need it since I'm trying to get 100 products out of my collection this year. This is definitely one that I think I will be able to finish, and this weighs 10 grams. For my green colour corrector, I have chosen my Collection Lasting Perfection colour corrector in green. This is very, very good for my skin tone. This is more like a mint than like a true green, which is why I think this works so great on my very, very pale skin. It does colour correct beautifully. It is a very creamy texture that goes a very long way, and the first time I used this I looked like a green alien. I looked green, I looked visibly green because I had underestimated the coverage of this product. But green colour corrector was something that I fell in love with last year, and I don't think it's going to be difficult for me to use, but it is going to take a while because I don't use a lot of this product when I do use it. This weighed in at 12 grams. I am also rolling over my creamy colour correcting concealers from Makeup Mecca in the shade Peach and Lilac. Peach is the under eye colour corrector, but it's too dark for my skin tone, so I tend to mix it with lilac or a lightener to get this a little bit lighter. The lilac one is amazing for neutralising undertones if something is a little bit too orange or too warm, and it also helps because I have a neutral undertone. It helps neutralise, but it also helps to lighten stuff, so I really like using these two together, and these both came in at 15 grams. For foundation, I have chosen both a liquid and a stick. My liquid foundation is the It Cosmetics CC Cream in Fair. This is not one that I love, but I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get this to work. I have used a little bit of it. It's getting very flat towards the top here, and I am planning on testing this out in multiple ways of application because I use a sponge for pretty much all of my base products. But this is very hydrating, and I feel like the sponge is just sucking up too much product for it to be an effective way of application. So I do want to try this with my fingers or with some brushes to see if that works better. But if I don't find a way to make this work, this might go before it's completely finished, and I feel fine with that. But I do still feel like I want to play around with this one a little bit more, so I'm going to do that, but I don't like it. This came in at 48 grams. My liquid foundation is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Linen. It is not one that I like. I feel a little bit perplexed by this because the finish of this is glossy, and it is gorgeously glossy. It doesn't emphasize texture, it looks very nice, and as I said, glossy. It's a glossy foundation, but it has virtually no coverage, and I use a ton of this when I used it. I've used it once, and I felt like I used a lot of this when I used it. There's only this much in it, and for the amount of product I used that one time when I used it, I feel like I will be able to finish this even if those makeup days aren't my best. And I'm okay with that. Even if I only am able to finish half of this, I will consider myself happy, but I do want to at least try finishing it because I don't have all that many stick foundations, and I do want to love this for the finish, but I haven't worked out the coverage part of it yet, or what best way to apply it, so I'm going to play around with that. And that was 2.1 centimeters. I have it measured on a piece of paper, you will have seen that. For concealer, I am starting with the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer in Fair. This is again a rollover product from last year. I've been able to use, I think, almost half of this. I have that much left, but that is a lot, and I don't have to use a lot of this when I use it because it goes very far. Maybelline is not cruelty free though, and this is getting a little bit old, so I do hope to finish this at the beginning half of the year so that I can rotate something else in, but I like it. And this weighed 11 grams. For my powders, I have chosen two pressed and a loose. I am continuing with my Makeup Mecca Matte On The Go Baked Powder in Transparent. I don't love this, but it does work. So I do want to try and hit pan on this. It is relatively flat in the centre, and I do think I will be able to hit pan. If I fall out of love with this one though, this is going to go reasonably fast if I can't find a way to use it, just because I don't love this and I find it a little bit tricky to use. I'm almost tempted to try it as a bit of like a highlighter finishing powder instead of a matte powder, because if I put too much on, it looks visibly white and shiny on my face, but I don't know, I haven't decided yet, and that one weighs 57 grams. I have also chosen another more glowy powder, and one that I don't mind using. This is from Wet n Wild. It's the Photo Focus Pressed Powder in Warm Light, which is a little bit darker than my skin tone, but I will be able to make that work. I've used this a couple of times and I do like it, but it's not a favourite powder. Wet n Wild is also no longer considered cruelty-free, so it is one I do want to finish, and I do think I will be able to. And this one weighed in at 42 grams. For my loose powder, I've started with the Makeup Mecca Luxury HD Setting Powder in Angel Pink. It is a pale pink powder. My issue with most loose powders is that they darken my base when I use them. They also sometimes lift coverage. This one is very good at not lifting coverage, but it is the wrong tone for me. But this is also the lightest one of the Makeup Mecca powders that I have. It is a tad bit dark and a tad bit pink, but what I essentially plan on doing is pairing it with the IT Cosmetics CC cream, because that is a bit too yellow, and I hope it's going to neutralise each other out. I might end up looking orange, I don't know. But this one is 38 grams. I have it listed as one item that I do want to finish, but I am also going to consider it done, and I feel happy if I can use up half of the product. Then for my other face products, I'm continuing with my blush. This is Milani Dolce Pink. It is a vibrantly gorgeous bright pink blush, but it's not my favourite colour. My goal with this is going to be to try and hit pan. Last year I ended up wearing the dome down decently well, but I know that's a long way to hit pan. But something I also might end up doing is I sometimes use this as eyeshadow. I am wearing this blush today underneath the highlighter, which is the way I tend to wear this blush, because I don't like that bright pink colour. But I am going to play around with it a little bit as eyeshadow as well, because I like that sort of monochromatic look. It is very gorgeous if this is the kind of blush colour you like. This weighs 41 grams. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all that much product out of this. It has a net weight of 3.5 grams. I'm lucky if I can get half a gram off this, I think. I am going to aim to hit pan. If I can't hit pan by the end of the year, then this is going to go anyway. But I don't mind the formulation of this. It's just the colour is not my thing. What I tend to do, because I find it to be a little bit too cool toned pink, is I pair it with a very golden bronzy highlighter. This is from Maybelline. It's the Master Highlight Highlighting Bronzer in Light Bronze. I wear this as a gold highlighter. It is gorgeous, very nice and glowy, not the most blinding, but very forgiving for texture. And it is a very gorgeous colour. This is 53 grams, and my goal with this one as well is to hit pan. And what I'm going to do with the blush and the highlighter, whichever I hit pan on first is going to go and take the other one with it. So if I hit pan on the highlighter before the blush is going. If I hit pan on the blush before the highlighter, they're both going. Because I don't love this highlighter. It is very usable and very doable and looks pretty, but I don't reach for it over my other ones, and this is also not a cruelty-free item. So if I can hit pan on this, I'm going to be happy. And for most of the items that my goal is to hit pan on, I do not want that pan to be just teeny tiny. I want it to be noticeable. But for some items, the goal is going to be to hit pan even if it is the tiniest of pan. For this one, I'm using quite a large brush. The only way I'm going to be able to hit pan is if I go to town with a fluffy eyeshadow brush or a smaller eyeshadow brush and dig myself a hole, and I might do that. But with the highlighter, since the brush I'm using is a lot denser, I actually have a slight dip in some of the colours. I don't know if you can see, but in this area over here there's a slight dip. So I might be able to hit pan on this, and it's not a bad highlighter, it's just I don't reach for it. For my bronzer, I have actually chosen the Hello Pretty Powder Foundation in Cinnamon. This is the darkest shade of the Hello Pretty Powder Foundation. This is not dark enough. It is not. I can wear it as a bronzer with a light hand. I'm wearing it today. It's not the best colour. It tends to lean very warm, but it works. My goal for this one, I have said here to finish it because this is very powdery. When I dip my brush into it, a lot of powder kicks up. And when I use this as a powder foundation in my colour, I go through them every 3-4 months, I think. Maybe closer to like 5, but you get the point. I hit pan very quickly. I think I'm going to change my goal to just hit pan on this because it's a large pan of bronzer. If I end up liking it as a bronzer, I'm going to finish it. But for now, I'm going to try and hit pan on this. And this whole compact is 58 grams. I then have my other two Fenty sticks. I have Amber and Starstruck. Starstruck is the shimmery highlighter. Sorry there. It is a very gorgeous pearly pink highlighter. I don't like it. The formulation on both of these are just a bit too dry. So they tend to drag my foundation around. The contour is hard to blend. And it takes away coverage. The highlighter, I can't really get it to roll on my cheek very nicely, and not a lot of product wants to come off onto a brush. So the highlighter is going to be one item that I'm going to wear when I'm not wearing any other coverage product, so along with the Becca highlighter and maybe a colour corrector. The contour, I'm going to try not applying it directly to my face. I'm going to try and apply it either to a sponge or a brush before blending that onto my cheeks. I think that might be the way to get this to work. But my goal for both of them is to use up half of the length. And these both come in at 2.2 centimeters, which my goal is to essentially get them down to 1.1 or 1 centimeter. And it is a little bit of product to use, but I know if I use them, if these are going to behave the same way as the foundation stick that I've added in, they're going to go reasonably quickly once I start using them. For my face palette, I have picked the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche, which has a contour and a highlighter shade. This shade could work as a setting powder for me, so that's how I'm going to use it. And this is a decent contour colour for me. My goal for both of these is just going to be to hit pan. They are a decent formulation, they work really well. My issue with the contouring here is that it can sometimes be a bit too dark and look a bit like that. That's my general issue with contouring. They tend to it looks muddy on my cheeks. I do hope to hit pan on these, and I do think I will be able to do that. This weighed in at 64 grams. My setting spray that I'm starting with is the Aunt Thomas Makeup Fixing Spray. I've been working on this all year last year. I was there. I'm down to here. I've weighed this. It weighs 55 grams. There is not a lot left in here. I'm halfway tempted to just pour it into a measuring jug to see, but I think it may be about 20 milliliters, maybe 30, which is 2 tablespoons. It lasts forever. It never ends, and it's frustrating to use. So I do want to try and finish it, and I know I will finish it if I use it. My goal is going to be to try and finish this before July, so I have half the year to do that. I definitely think I can. I have to use it every single day. I have slightly fallen out of love with this because of how long it takes to pan. It's a 200ml bottle, so you do get a lot of product in here. It lasts forever, but I do want to finish this, and I definitely think I will. If I can't by July, it's going to go anyway. And then I have some brow products. I have the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This is a clear brow gel, and I really do like this, and I use it pretty much every time I do my makeup. This is 18 grams, and I do want to finish this, and I know I will be able to do that. For my brow pomade, I only have one. I have the Makeup Mecca Perfect Brow Pomade in medium, and I haven't really used this. There's a few scraping marks in this. This is one of those items that I do want to hit pan on, and I am perfectly fine with me digging a tiny hole in the centre and calling that a pan. The colour on this is a little bit cooler than what I like my eyebrows to be. Right now I don't have anything other than brow gel in them because I dyed them when I went to colour my hair before Christmas, and I like them. They are nice. You can actually tell that they're there. But when I do something more with them, if I'm doing more dramatic makeup, I colour them in with an eyeshadow that is the same colour as my hair, which is a lovely auburn colour. This is too cool tone for me, and I know I will be able to use it. I'm going to see if I can get this type of eyebrow to look nice on me. If I end up liking it, I might hold on to it. If not, it's going to go when I hit pan, but it's not a colour that's going to look necessarily bad on my eyebrows because my eyebrows naturally are very cool toned. They've been dyed a little bit darker and a little bit warmer. It's just I don't prefer that on me, but I don't have another brow pomade, and I do want to try and use it to see if it has a place. If it does, it's going to stay. If not, it's going to go. And that weighed 14 grams. For my brow powder, I have a couple small palettes. The one I'm starting with is from Makeup Mecca, and it has 2 brow shades, a cream highlighter, and then a wax. My goal is going to be to hit pan on the brow colours at the bottom, and I might end up using them a little bit like eyeshadow because these are, again, more cool toned. My eyebrows and my hair is the exact opposite. so I don't know what to do with them. I bought this when I think my hair was blonde 2.5 years ago, and I haven't really used the wax. The highlighter in here is lovely, it's perfectly usable, it's a really lovely sort of pinky champagne colour. I think the wax as well is perfectly usable, I just don't know how to use it. And I don't really reach for these types of wax. I prefer an eyebrow gel, but it does work. I've tested it. But I'm going to hit pan on both of the brow colours. Again, I'm fine if the pan is teeny tiny. If I find myself not reaching for it after a couple of months, because that is something that might happen, I'm just going to declutter it then. But I'm going to give it a shot first. And this one weighed 33 grams. For my eyeshadow primer, I'm again rolling over the Urban Decay one. I have used a lot of this last year, but mine is broken, so I have to squeeze out product, which is a bonus when I'm trying to pan it because I always squeeze out more than I need. It's a bit annoying though because it makes it a little bit harder to apply, but I have found a way to make this work really wonderful on my eyes and I like it a lot. It's a very good eye primer. It is not my favourite though, so I won't repurchase, but I'm going to use it because it is fully doable and it's 12 grams. For my liquid glitter eyeshadow, I'm going to be using a mini Stila Glitter and Glow. This is in Kitten Karma because I have doubles of the shade. These also do dry out. I do want to try and pan this though before this becomes unusable because I have a double, and also this is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. It's a very light brown with some silver and gold, question mark. I know there's some silver glitter in here, there might be some gold, but it's a very gorgeous colour and I don't think that's going to be a hard thing to pan because I've fallen in love with glittery eyes again. For my cream eyeshadows, I am going to finish my final cream eyeshadow stick. This is from Art Deco, the long lasting eyeshadow stick in 08, and it's a gorgeous rose gold colour, but this is ancient. This is at least 4 years old, but I don't have all that much left. I want to finish this preferably before the summer. I think it is fully possible because one of the eyeshadow palettes that I'm adding in has a rose gold shade in it, and I love pairing this one with that because it's just stunning. It's a gorgeous eyeshadow stick. I absolutely loved this when I first got it, but then it's just sort of ended up in the drawer and I haven't used it in a while. But this has 1.6 centimeters of product. My other two are the rollover Super Shock shadows from last year. So I have Cornelius, which is my favourite matte Super Shock shadow. It's a lovely light brown. It's just the perfect crease colour for me. I absolutely adore it. These are both 18 grams. The Cornelius one might increase a little bit because it is drying out. I might mix some of the NYX Clay Silicone Primer into it to rehydrate it. The Blaze shade still looks and feels super creamy, so I'm gonna use them, and I want to try and finish them this year. I might not be able to. I like them and I love them, and I'm going to hold on to the Super Shock shadows until they die essentially because they are my favourite formulation. For pressed shadow singles, I have two. I have the L'Oreal eyeshadow from last year in Over the Taupe. It's a gorgeous taupe colour. I want to use this 50 times and then I'm going to call it done. I was originally hoping to hit pan on this last year. That didn't happen. That was the original goal for this year as well, until I just looked at it and was like, I don't reach for you because you're L'Oreal. I reach for my Colourpop ones over this every single time. So I'm going to use it 50 times. That is easily doable. It's going to take me maybe 3 months to do because I don't wear makeup every single day. But it is a gorgeous colour. And then I have the Makeup Store Micro Shadow in Animal, which is also a lovely taupe. This has a formulation that I kind of question it sometimes because I used to pair this with a cream shadow stick that I panned back in 2016, 2017 from Gosh, and it would create the most gorgeous taupey eye because this is very sheer. And my issue with this is it tends to disappear. So what I want to do with this is I need to pair it with something that's going to make it stick. I might buy a glitter glue and try this on top of something that is sticky. Or I might find a cream shadow that is a taupe colour to pair it with. But my goal with this one is to hit pan. If that can't be done, it can't be done. It is an absolutely gorgeous shadow though. Very, very pretty, and I love it. I just don't reach for it, and it's huge. And this one weighs 23 grams. My eyeshadow palette is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone. I have had this for years. I have loved it for years, and this rose gold shade is just so gorgeous. It is so pretty, and I've been wanting a dupe for that for a few months, ever since I found out that Wet n Wild was no longer cruelty free, But I think it started when I heard that they were reformulating this palette, and they have reformulated it. They did that a while ago. I love this shade and I never want to be without it, so I wanted to find a dupe, and I actually found one in a Sydney Grace shadow. It's called Blushed. It is like this, only better. It's more shiny, more dimensional, but the same tone, and I'm really happy that I found it. But my goal for this one is just to hit pan on all shades. I have a giant dip in the rose gold shade, as well as a pretty decent dip in this light gold shade. The hardest ones for me to pan are going to be the red blue one, because I don't like that duochrome, and the glittery black. But I want to pan on all of the shades. I do think I might be able to fully finish this rose gold one, because I love it so much. I might also get a decent dip in the brown bronzy shade below. This one weighs 50 grams. The mascara that I'm starting with is number 7 Lovely Lashes. This is from last year's Project Pan as well. It's super juicy but does not hold a curl, so I only use this on my lower lashes or to layer. I'm going to use this until July, because then it would have been open for at least a year. It is 22 grams. I do want to try and finish it in that time. I don't think that's going to be possible because I can't really use it alone, but I'm going to give it a shot. My final eye products here before I get onto the lip products. I have the 2 eyeliners from last year. Milani Shadow Ice and Almond Cream is a lovely nude eyeliner on me. I want to use this 100 times. I've actually used it twice already, but I want to use it 100 times because it is getting old. I definitely think I will be able to do that. And the Colourpop one, Mr. Bing, I do want to finish, and I definitely think I'll be able to do that as well. For liquid liners, I have one black and one colourful one. The black one is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner in Kazam Black. It is a gorgeous black eyeliner. I have a lot of black eyeliners and I don't use all of them. I don't use black eyeliner all that much. This is the one that is currently opened along with one other, but this was opened first, so I do want to try and finish this. I have it here on use it until July, because then I think it would have been a year and a half. I might use it longer if it's still going and not giving me any problems. My colourful liner is this blue candy liner from Makeup Mecca. It's in Tutti Frutti. And this I was in last year's Project Pan, and it's the drier out of the 4 that were. So I want to try and use this a couple of times before it dries up. I have it until, use it until it dries up. Again, this might be gone quickly because it is drying up a lot, but if I can use it 20 times, I will be happy. And the fly liner is 9 grams and the candy liner is 8. My final eye product here is the Makeup Mecca Metal Moments Glitter Eyeliner in Silver City. This is a gorgeous silver glitter liner with holographic sparkles in it. It is gorgeous. The formulation of this is fantastic. I want to use this 50 times because it is getting a little bit old. I do really like it though. For lip liners, I have 5 here in different colour categories. For nude, I picked the H&M Lip Definer in Au Naturel. This is on my lips. I don't love this. It's a bit of a dry formulation and the colour is not my favourite. It's a bit too peachy and light, but I will be able to finish it, so that's the goal. For my brown lip liner, I've picked the Gosh Velvet Touch lip liner in Chocolate Kiss. It is a gorgeous brown. I do like that one a lot, so I do know I'll be able to finish that reasonably fast. For my pink lip liner, I picked the Makeup Mecca lip liner on Point in the colour number 7. Lovely formulation, but the colour is not what I reach for, so I do want to finish it. I also have doubles. For my red lip liner, I picked the MAC Lip Pencil in Cherry. This one I want to use 30 times because it is getting very old. The colour on this though is gorgeous. I do know I'll be able to use it 30 times easy because it is gorgeous. And then I have a purple lip liner here, or purple. It is sort of more greyish. It is that colour right there. And this is the Makeup Mecca lip liner on Point in the colour number 5, which I actually found to be a companion to one of the liquid lipsticks that is in here, so I want to finish that one. My lip gloss is the Soft Velvet liquid lipstick from Makeup Mecca in Swigger Swag. This does not dry down fully, which is why I have it classed as a lip gloss. I want to use this 50 times because I don't love the formulation. It's a very comfortable gloss, but I don't like glosses that are super pigmented. And this is not a colour that I reach for all that much, so I want to use that. And this is 21 grams. My tinted lip balm is the Maybelline Baby Lips in Chai Tea Latte. I want to use up half of this. This is 3.5 centimetres tall, you will see it on the paper. I want to use half of that, and that's going to take me a couple of months. If I get annoyed with it faster, it's going to go, because tinted lip balms is just not something that I love. And then for lip colours, I have one for pretty much every single category of colour that I have classed my lip colours into. For nude, I have the mini No. 7 High Shine Lip Crayon in Daydreamer. Barely anything left in here. I do want this gone as quickly as possible. This is what is topping the H&M lip line on my lips right now. It is absolutely amazing. For brown, I have a Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in Lightweight. The Ultra Matte Lip from Colourpop is not my favourite formulation, so I'm going to give this a try. I have it at finish. I want to finish this, but if I cannot find a way to use it that is comfortable, I'm going to declutter it. I might ask if my sister wants it at some point, because I know she likes the Ultra Matte formulation from Colourpop. I don't. So I'm going to see if I can make this work. If I can't, I'm going to have to declutter it because I just don't reach for it. The colour is stunning. For my mid-tones, I've picked one of my mini Bite Muse Bouche lipsticks. This is in Rhubarb. It's a super tiny, super cute lipstick. The colour is not my favourite in this category, so I do want to pan it. And it's super cute and it's super tiny, and I definitely think I will be able to do that. For my pink, I have the NYX Soft My Lip Cream in Milan. This is a rollover from last year's Project Pan. This is getting very old, so I want to use this 30 times and then it's done. I actually have a backup of this. I have a mini, so I'm not going to really miss it, but it is getting very old though, and I would love to do that before the summer. For my red colour, I have another rollover. I have the L'Oreal Legs Pure Red lipstick. Super gorgeous blue toned red. This is even older, so I again want to use this 20 times and then I'm going to call it done. I know I will be able to do this, and I have colour dupes of this now. I didn't actually have that before, which is why I've sort of been holding on to it, because it was just the best blue toned red. But I now have dupes for this in formulations that I actually prefer, so I'm going to use this 20 times and then it's going to be done. For my orange lip colour, it is again a rollover from last year. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick Intense in Heftiest Hibiscus. It's just such a gorgeous orange. But this again is also getting very old, so I want to use this 20 times and then I'm going to let it go. And I'm looking forward to those 20 times because I absolutely love wearing this. It is just absolutely gorgeous. For my purple lip colour, I have chosen another mini Bite lipstick. This is in Sake. It is a more, I don't know, dusty lavender. It's in my purples because it's just where it fits in. It is a very pretty colour, but it is not a colour that I reach for that often, and I want to pan this because it is cute and little. My last lip colour category is actually in sort of an others category that encompasses the remainder of my collection, and the one I have chosen here is the Sleek Matte Me Metallic in Volcanic. This is the one that fits with the lip liner. This is strange. It has a almost purpley taupey base with some brown in it, but then it has a pink and golden shimmer to it. I would love this as an eyeshadow. I would fully wear this as an eyeshadow, but the base colour on this is just too sheer for me to be able to wear this on its own and not have it look very strange. But this works wonderfully over the lip liner. So I'm going to pair them together, and I want to use this 20 times because I don't like metallic lip products, but I do want to at least have tried it. My final 3 items are all nail polishes, and my goal for my nail polishes is to use every colour I have at least once, and I'm going to declutter the ones I don't like and the ones that have gone bad, and decide if nail polish is something I do want to prioritise, because I currently don't really do it that often and I have too many to not do it. So I have 3, and I've chosen 3 from No. 7. I have the shade Nude, which is a lovely slightly pink light beige. I have the shade Oyster, which is a really lovely pearly colour. And then I have Metallic Gold, which is what I would class as a multi-chrome nail polish with gold, blue, green, pink in it. It looks stunning and I can't wait to wear them. I want to use all of them at least once, whether that is on my fingers or on my toes, and I'm looking forward to this. I know I like this formulation, but I haven't used, I think it's these 2 colours before, so I'm excited for that. And when I'm done with them after the month, they're gonna go back and I'm gonna pick a new one. Unless I don't like them, in that case, they're gonna go. But that has been my Project Pan intro. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're gonna do a Project Pan this year, tell me what you hope to achieve, what are the products that you're going to be using. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I will see you again soon. Bye!